Hey everyone, today I'm going to talk a little bit about modernization. This is an this term you would have heard a lot or hearing a lot with a lot of organizations. So what a modernization means. So basically you have your systems process like data in applications that has been become old we call it like legacy. So and that may not be fulfilling the needs, and you may have to change that so that you can able to innovate, accelerate, deliver the things to the market speed. And there are a lot of challenges in terms of technologies that it has been built. So that's where modernization comes in, and especially in the current one where you have cloud providers where you have a lot of things done so quickly rather than you are doing on your own. So multiple strategies are there to modernize an application. It's just not moving. And one of the things is cloud first thing, so that you can have your applications running on a cloud, so that it helps the teams, provides more agility, and getting more operational excellence or reliability, so that you can serve the customers very well. Okay, so a lot of things are usually most common things are moving either from some of the mainframe things to cloud based, or you have some technologies that are not being supported, moving them to any most commonly used open source technologies like Java, or even .NET. um, so it doesn't need to be open source, but that helps to kind of move ahead. So the big challenge why this happens is the tech stack and the way the application is built. So you can't go and release your software, make the changes and get the features to your customers or end users quickly. That's what the challenge is. So it's partly that underlying technology is partly the way the application has been built. So when coming to modernization, as I told, the key things are improving the efficiency and having a good developer experience, so that you can release the things more frequently. So there are things when coming pillars of modernization, how well you are architecting. So some of them are reliability, because in a world right now, you have to provide a reliable service, then only your product will get succeed. You can retain your customers. And security, every day we are hearing a lot of data breaches. So you have to that's a trust. Your customers, your users are trusting. So you have to provide that trust, so that because it's their data that's being saved on the that has been utilized. Then the next one is cost optimization. So you have to in a way you have to be efficient in terms of managing your operational cost, the amount that we spend for maintaining the systems, and how well we operate operational excellence. And then performance efficiency, so how we are performing, is it efficiently we are doing it. So a lot of, you can see different providers have the same kind of things as a well architected framework. Those are the pillars of how well when you are moving modernizing your application and going to cloud. So and in a broader like things like the steps that's involved are like planning, implementing and operating as a standard things. So because you have to plan like how you're going to move your applications. So there are like few strategies that are being talked when in terms of when we are like moving to modernizing your application. Rehosting is the first one. So that's basically a lift and shift. So you have something that's running on your existing data centers, but you are like going to just like take that and put it on like a cloud, like another place. So you are not going to make any changes, going to keep all the features as it is, but you are moving away like where it is being hosted. That's the rehosting. Replatform. So replatform is like a little bit of like change that you do so that it can like go and fit into your from your existing to the um, new environment like the cloud. And refactor is something making like developing for like cloud, making that like that hosting. That will be like refactor. And re-architecting is like basically um, changing, you are like building in a way that it can accommodate the needs in the new environment, or like when you are modernizing it. And replacing is totally moving away with a new product. Let's say you have something that's fulfilling the needs, and instead of like changing that, you find an alternate product. So you can like buy a card solution, like or like a SaaS solution, and then like moving that. So that will be like replacing. Rebuilding or rewriting is again like when coming here, because some of the strategies are like moving as it is, and some of them are depending on like, your requirements. If that doesn't like satisfy your needs, or like you want like something else, you have to account for that and like make the changes. And some of, as I already touched, cloud computing as one of the things, and it doesn't like need to be cloud computing. Just I was putting that as a sample, as we go for like cloud for like cost, and you don't like want to take the headache of like hosting things where you get like an highly available environment. It's all like you go, you don't need to worry about the infrastructure. You go and like host your application and data. And and you can like do basically like you can containerize the application, or like you can host in your, like let's say OpenShift or something, like your Kubernetes, enterprise scale Kubernetes that you have in your data centers. Another thing are like microservices. If it makes sense to, if you have like a big monolith, and your microservices will help you to break down the applications in a domain specific things, and then like do that. And automation, you have to have like automations for those, so that that you can like as I told, like agility and the way to innovate. Without having the automation, it's not going to, you will not be able to move in a speed. And then like of course, with AI and machine learning, wherever it makes sense, you have to utilize them so that you can compete in the current market, and um, able to give a good experience, and take advantage of all those tools wherever it makes sense. So this is in broad, about like modernization. I thought of like talking, and we'll see in the next video. Thank you.